I'm really rich. That, in Donald Trump's opinion, is one of the main justifications for your support. He is wealthy enough to buy and sell all the other Republican presidential contenders combined several times over, yet he doesn't pander to big donors. How wealthy? According to Forbes, it is most likely $4.5 billion, give or take $1 billion. They are unaware of many of my holdings, claims Trump. In this video, we will talk about the inside of the fabulous world of Donald Trump where money is no problem. In either case, he is extremely wealthy and enjoys all the benefits of residing among the top 1% of people. He is the wealthiest candidate for president in history, surpassing Mitt Romney, Ross Perot, and Steve Forbes in terms of wealth. As a developer, Trump claims he has spent his entire life working with blue-collar people like construction workers, therefore his wealth has never been a problem with them. He continues, I think they perceive it as useful to many people, maybe aspirational. They perceive me as one of them, and I perceive myself in the same way. Trump also enjoys a luxurious lifestyle. Huge. Everything is outstanding, top-notch, and excellent. It is difficult to tell what exactly he owns personally or through his numerous organizations because many buildings with Trump daubed on their front are simply a part of his enormous licensing empire. But one thing is certain. His millions of admirers adore him because he lives very differently from the average voter. The homes. His father, Fred Trump, famously remarked that his son made everything he touched into gold. The elder Trump, a Brooklyn and Queens real estate magnate, provided Donald the money to try his hand at the Manhattan real estate market. The three-story penthouse at the top of Trump Tower is where that young Midas now governs his dominion. The residence is designed in what we'll refer to as high Trump style and is located atop the 68-story glass building at 725 Fifth Avenue, which also houses his business office. It is modeled after the Palace of Versailles and features two enormous, gold-plated entrance doors as well as floor-to-ceiling windows, hand-painted ceilings, fountains, paintings, and loads of marble. According to real estate experts, the penthouse would sell for at least $100 million if it were put up for sale right now. Trump owns rural resorts, just like any other businessman. Mar-a-Lago, the oceanfront mansion in Palm Beach, Florida, which he purchased in 1985 for $10 million, is the most opulent. The aircraft. If you're Donald Trump, you don't just lounge in first class on a flight that's for business. You have one or more personal jets and a chopper. Trump still needs to go through security, but the line for passengers of private aircraft is significantly shorter. His primary mode of transportation is a Boeing 757, which he bought in 2011 from Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen and then decked out to Trump-tastic standards with Rolls-Royce engines, 24-karat gold trim, and seatbelt buckles, leather seats for up to 43 passengers, television screens, and 2 bedrooms in the cabin space that would typically accommodate about 239 passengers, as well as Trump emblazoned on the side. The 757 is one of the largest and fastest corporate aircraft in the world, with a price tag of $100 million. It's unique enough to have deserved its documentary on the Smithsonian Channel in 2013, where viewers watched the pilot scrub the galley with a toothbrush and clean the upholstery to match Trump's exacting requirements. The cars. Trump travels in a limo the majority of the time, perhaps 99% of the time, driven by one of his 2 New York drivers. Not having to deal with angry drivers or around the block looking for a spot to park legally is possibly the finest advantage of wealth. In August, when he arrived for jury duty at the New York State Supreme Court in Manhattan, his limo dropped him off in front of the structure and remained there until he emerged several hours later. He is Donald Trump, therefore, perhaps not for the limos, but according to his campaign, Trump has a few high-end foreign automobiles scattered throughout his numerous estates. He began his collection of Rolls-Royce vehicles with a vintage 1956 Silver Cloud and has since added a 2015 Rolls-Royce Phantom, $500,000 and higher, as well as a Maybach, a Ferrari, a Mercedes-Benz S600, and an SLR McLaren, with a price tag of $455,000, that he purchased as a gift from Melania. He no longer owns the electric blue 1997 Lamborghini Diablo, which was noticed by auto aficionados with his name on it, but candidates on Apprentice had to develop an ad campaign for the pricey Italian brand in 2005. The golf courses. Trump's vulnerable golf. According to him and the players he plays with, he is also quite good. If you trust his fellow golfers, he loves to play the game, loves to cut a few strokes, and loves to create the world's top golf courses. More than a dozen courses are currently in his possession, some of which are located in Scotland, where his mother was born, Ireland, Florida, Los Angeles, New Jersey, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. The question of how much they are worth is hotly contested. Trump estimates that his 16 golf-related enterprises are worth at least $550 million. He is greatly exaggerating, say specialists in the field. They make $160 million in income, but are, generously, worth $250 million. Of course, that doesn't take into consideration the property's future real estate value. The TV shows. The multi-billionaire no longer hosts the popular NBC program, Apprentice, but he still shares ownership of the property with producer Mark Burnett. Trump claims he left the show to run for president, but according to media reports, the network fired him in June after he made controversial remarks about Hispanic immigrants. But the reality program was very popular while it was at its height. Before its 2004 launch, the East Coast was Trump's main market. He became well known across the country thanks to The Apprentice, and "You're fired" became a catchphrase. Trump claims to have made more than $213,000 from the program, but the actual benefit was the growth of his brand. That's it for today. If you enjoyed the video, smash the like button,